Do you know that you have access to pristine glacier water that comes from an ancient aquifer?
That on in there. So Fred Haberman, the co-founder of Urban Organics, is with us to talk about it. Fred, nice to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so for years people would go to this site and fill up like their plastic water jugs, right? Is this the same water?
It's, you know, before the show that you might taste in some of this other bottled water. The other piece is that you can get a larger quantity, of course, for a lot less.
Yeah, a jug for $1.
And the nice thing for us is that we can tap into this amazing resource.
It's also about the way that you kind of lay out and organize the crops, right?
Right. So here in the Twin Cities, along with Pentair.
Something where you're not necessarily putting the fish in less water. Because I think when you think, okay, if we're using less water, the fish aren't going, they're kind of, but you're using it kind of in that cycle.
There's no, exactly.
Kind of like a big aquaponics in a way, or aquaponics?
It's a massive aquaponics facility.
Do you have to drink it in somewhere really fancy?
Yes, I love it.
I drink everything this way.
As do I.
So
Cheers.
pretentious, so pretentious,
yes,
Fred.
Cheers to all of you.
Right, yes, absolutely. Well, Kylie is a bit of a water snob, so.
I like it. It tastes clean. It doesn't have any of that kind of like upscale that some of the water bottles do, and it doesn't taste like tap water, so.
Yeah.
This Saturday at the Mall of America is the Fraser Walk for Autism. Fraser is the state's largest provider of autism services. Last year, the walkers raised more than $125,000.
To hear more about this year's walk is Mary Arneson from Fraser. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So I think everyone knows somebody who is living with autism or someone who has a family member living with autism.
Yeah.
I think the statistic is 1 in 68 U.S. children are diagnosed.
That's right, yeah.
And Fraser oftentimes is the first place that will reach out to these families. Tell us a little bit about what Fraser does.
So we are Minnesota's.
You are really making this as sensory friendly as possible. So what does that mean, and what will families see there?
We are. One thing we're really trying, so families will know who they are that they can go to for help. They'll have backpacks stuffed with lotion and suckers and just sort of available resources to help.
This is a group of volunteers that really knows the audience. You even talked about the mascots are well aware of who they will be around.
Right.
You guys have a goal of making sure you're 35 miles within reach of families.
And I know that we're going to be having an event here ourselves, pulling together.
That's
but we hope to help you with that
right.
goal
Yes.
in June, which of course we've been talking a lot about. But for right now, if you want to help out